What's up? I'm Drew Paul Bell, and today I want to share a story with you about perspectives to have on the work that you do in architecture school. The story is kind of a parable. I don't know if it's true, if it actually happened, or where, but the point behind it nonetheless is very important for you to understand. So there's a story about how there was a first year class who came in as freshmen, and it was the beginning of the semester. On the first Friday of the semester, they gave them this assignment to go home, or over the weekend, to take their sketchbook and draw trees in their sketchbook. It was emphasized that this was the first weekend assignment, and they had 2 whole days to do it, and they kind of put a lot of importance and a lot of stress on that. So the students, they go out on the weekend and they sit there, they intensely draw their trees with all the little leaves and the bark and all this stuff, and they come in on Monday morning, and the teacher says, okay, everybody open up your sketchbooks to those pages and lay out all your sketchbooks on the ground up here in the front of the class. We want to be able to see all the drawings at once. So they lay them all out, they're all standing off on the side, and it gets time to talk about it, and the professor gets up there and walks and steps on every single sketchbook all the way across the room. He gets to the end and everybody's jaw is dropped, and he looks back to all the students and he says, nothing you do in this class is precious. What you do is not important. The only thing that matters is what you learn from having done it. That's a very, very, very important point to understand in architecture. That any little drawing you do, any model you make, it's not meant to be pinned up on the refrigerator. It's not this precious, sacred little thing that can't be changed at all. Whatever you do in your process for your design is about progressing the design, and that's it. So I'll see people spend time, like hours and hours on these drawings, and they think it's like this, because they poured so much energy and so much time into this one little thing, they want it to be pristine and perfect. But in reality, when you do that and you refuse to like mark it up with red lines or tear apart your model and draw on it and learn from that, then you're doing your whole project a disservice by preserving the little thing along the way instead of favoring the final product, which needs you to do those things. What I mean by that is, if you just work on becoming satisfied with this one little thing you have right here, right now, then your final product is going to fall short of its full potential, because you don't go through the iterative process of tearing something apart, trying something new, realizing what works and what doesn't work. But if you do that, then you prioritize the end result instead of like these little checkpoints along the way that are really unimportant anyway. Then when you do that, that's the best way to get a good product at the end. It can be kind of sacrilegious about the little models that you do, the sketches, all the stuff. It's not about having the perfect final thing at any given spot. It's about making sure that at the end of it all, you've gone through the tests and the refinements that it takes. And that means tearing things apart. That means writing and scribbling all over drawings that you've maybe spent a lot of time on. That's how you progress your designs. So I remember I've had some reviews where I've had like things ripped off the model, and my reaction was always like, oh yeah, you're right, that doesn't need to be there. Whereas I had some friends who saw that and they were like, oh, you had such a tough review, they ripped the front door off your model. And to me, that never fazed me. That makes a lot of sense. Like, I get it. Like, it's about the process. Don't get too romantic or enamored with the little checkpoints, because that's all they are. They're just checkpoints. The end goal is to progress this thing, improve it, work on this idea, and do whatever it takes. Be completely ruthless about that. So I hope this helps. Don't become too sacred or think any one thing is too precious. Don't be afraid to just tear stuff apart, because the end goal is really what's most important, which is to develop this idea, get it farther, and just progress your design. So anyway, I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you next time.